Hey guys, Bob back again, and today we're going to do something that's been out for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to reviewing it yet. We are going to do War for Cybertron from the game Generation Soundwave. And here you go. We're going to start out in robot mode, and because that's how he's packaged, so I'm just going to go kind of how he was packaged. Anyway, here you go. You got Soundwave, really cool. You got the G1 kind of thing on his shoulder and the gun. It was just really cool. Take these off for a minute, and the guns, actually, this one, boop, it kind of looks like his battery from back in the old days, the old one. We're just gonna lay these to the side right quick here, and then you got his cannon. It's like a Gatling gun, kind of, sort of, but they kind of look like his batteries, if you remember the old one. Anyway, here you go. There's Soundwave. Very cool. His face is very G1. You got the cool Decepticon logo right there. His eyes, he has awesome purple light piping right there, but the Dums painted his eyes red. No, why would you do that? You had a great chance to have, great purple glowing eyes, and you didn't do it. Epic fail, is what I say. Anyway, you got his arms here. You got his fisties. He's got really cool articulation. You could go way out with it, just the way his arms are. Of course, they rotate 360. They spin here at the elbow. His fists kind of rotate, but that has to do with, this one's really stiff. Has to do with transformation. That's what I was thinking. Brain freeze. Anyway, you got his feet here. Really cool. His feet go way back. You can get all kinds of poses. His knees bend. His thighs rotate. And his legs go out and they go back and forth. You can get all kinds of range of posability on this guy. Just for the transformation and stuff, but he's really cool. He's probably one of my favorite ones from this line. We'll show a size comparison real quick. Here he is next to Megatron from the same line. As you can see, they're actually pretty much the same size. Once you get them stood up next to each other, they're pretty much the same size. So not too bad. We'll move him out of the way. Anyway, what I'm going to do to transform this guy, there is a fan, how to get him into a radio, actually, very G1 radio. I'm going to do that last, but I'm going to get him in the car mode first. Okay, so what you want to do, first thing is, you take his arms and flip them up, and in there, and they clip in, okay, and then you take him on his head, and you take behind him, he's got these flaps. You want to fold these out, flap, and then you want to take his arms, and you can see where they rotate up and in, and these parts clip into these parts. So you want to take this and rotate it around. It would help if I actually got those in right. And these flaps that I flipped around, this part right here goes up into the front and covers up his head. So you just go like this and they peg together, just like that. And you take these arms and you fold them around, fold them down and around, and there's a peg right there. See that peg right there? There's a hole up in there, and then those two just clip together like that. So what I did was just take this arm and spin it down and around, and that peg right there will peg in. And my phone went off again. I gotta learn to turn that off. Anyway, why aren't you going in there where you're supposed to? Peg, go to your peg hole. Peg, there we go. Peg in the peg hole. And just kind of, then you pretty much have the front. And you can bring these out if you want to. You don't have to. And then you take from behind him, you take the wheels and just flip them up and around, just like that. And then they clip in there like that. They don't actually clip into anything. You can kind of see a hole there, but it doesn't actually peg in. There's no pegs to go in that hole. So you just take that and clip them up and get them up and in there, just like that. And there, pretty much you got the front of the car. And then you take his feetums and you see right here, these pegs right here, the hinges go up like that, and they unhinge. Sometimes they unhinge. You can spin them up like that, and then you take his leggums, and what you do, you undo his waist like that and up like that, and then you bring him up and around, and you take his feetums, and then you pretty much just accordion everything. You accordion his legs, and then make sure his toes are pointing towards the front of the car, and then pretty much all you do is just line everything up, and there's a peg right there. There's a peg, and there's a hole right there, and then they just clip together. And you just line everything up, get them to clip in there, and then on the roof you just see there's a peg right there, and it just pegs into his foot. And then you just take the other side and do the same thing. You just spin it, and accordion it. You accordion it and move his foot out of the way, and you rotate his foot, boop, and you accordion it just like that, and peg everything in, and then you just bring down this foot and you peg everything in. Just get everything all nice and lined up, and then you go. You got his vehicle mode, which is kind of cool. I'm not. I guess this is, you know, for like a weapon thing. You know, Cybertronian car, batarang people. This car kind of reminds me of a Kia Soul almost. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those, but just the style line, the bodywork reminds me of a Kia Soul. On the tires here, it's got marks, imprints on them and stuff, like designs, and there is some purple in there, but it's not very bright. You can see the purple right here, and this purple is in there. It's like a lighter color purple. It's not like this dark blue color. It's really cool. I kind of dig his vehicle mode, and it also has holes right here where you can put his weapons into. You can just peg them into the holes there on either side, and there you got his weaponized vehicle mode. Really cool. I kind of dig it. Now, if you look at that's his weapon mode, weapon car mode. We'll put him next to Optimus from the same line, and Optimus always falls apart. His wheels are just jankety. Anyway, you can see them together. Optimus is bigger, of course, but it's from the same mode, from the same game, or for Cybertron. Anyway, there you go. There you got that. You got cool weapon storage. Actually, you just pull down on this, you pull down on that, and it opens that crevice or whatever you want to call it, and then the handles just fit into these little slots right there. And you can fit them down in there. Well, sometimes when you're not trying to do it and not looking, you fit that one down in there, and then you take his other one and you put the other one in there, just like that, and then you close that back up, and you got weapon storage. Pretty groovy. Yeah, I really like him actually. So anyway, to get to his radio mode, G1 mode, you just want to unpeg this, and you bring his legs back down. Pretty much you just transform him back to the way he was, back to his original mode, his robot mode. You just spin these around, and you unpeg there, and you just peg those back into the hole. You just peg these back in. I'm doing this kind of fast, but hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Anyway, you get his legs pretty much back to the way they were, and then you just flip this down, just like that. You keep this up top. You keep this pretty much the same as what it was. Okay, and then you take his legs, and you can see right here where the ball hinge is, right there, you want to make sure you put this on the top. So you spin it, you take this whole thing and spin it like that, and then you can rotate his legs up like this, his feet, and you can rotate it up like that, and you do the same thing on the other side. You rotate it up, spin his leg to the front, which you just spin right here, spin, and then you can rotate his foot and unpeg it. Oh, actually you want to rotate it like that and unpeg it. And then on the back, oops, wait, I forgot. You gotta unpeg these wheels. You want to spin these wheels back around to the front or to the back, just like that. So you actually can use his wheels. You flip these down, and you can actually use that for him to actually stand upright. So you do that, and then you do that, and then you kind of set her up, and there you got him in his boombox mode. Not too bad. And I didn't think of that, by the way. It was a fan thought of it up on the boards, and it's been around for a while. But I think it's a really cool mode. I think it's good, just like in the game, how he turns into the radio. Not too shabby. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. And then at the back you got, like I said, you got this, and you can pose them however you want, so you can get the look, the radio look. Anyway, there you go. Like always, make sure you like and comment and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.